Hi, welcome to my full body yin class. Let's bring ourselves to start into a comfortable seated position. You can sit with the legs crossed, you can sit on the bolster, the legs back. Just find a position that's suitable for you. You can close the eyes if you wish. Just bring a bit of gentle length into the spine, softening the shoulders, opening the chest, and bring an awareness to the breath. Be aware of that gentle rhythm of the stomach moving outwards on the in-breath, coming back in on the out-breath. So today's yin class will be focusing on awareness. Being aware of the tension in the body, being aware of any discomfort, awareness of the breath, and also of thoughts. So in each yin posture, we'll be stretching into the fascia of the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments of the joints, and we'll be looking to find stillness right at the edge of comfort. So we don't want to be in pain, but we'll be feeling sensations. So it won't be easy, but it won't be painful. So let's just breathe a little bit more into our seated posture. Let's make it almost a seated mountain pose. Focusing on that length, nice long neck, open chest, and soft shoulders. Keeping the awareness with the breath. And let's just take a few moments to enjoy some seated breathing. Be aware if the mind starts to wander, starts thinking thoughts of planning or doing. Just gently bring the awareness back to the breath. Be aware if the mind wanders to the past or to thoughts of tomorrow. And just use that breath to draw you back and anchor you in the present. And the first posture we're going to move into is straddle. So you might wish to sit on the bolster. You can sit on the floor. We're going to take the feet nice and wide. And we're going to fold forwards until we feel tension in the back of both legs. You may wish to place a bolster or a block in front of you for support. You might be able to come all the way down onto your elbows. Find a position where you can feel that nice, deep tension into the back of both legs. It may be pulling in the hamstrings. There may be a little burning or tension at the back of the knees. You may also feel it in the calves. Just allow the body to relax and sink forward. You may also find some tension in the lower back, or as you allow the head to drop into the back of the neck. And we're going to stay here for a few more minutes. So remember, we're looking to find the edge of comfort. So you should be feeling quite a strong tension in the back of the legs, but it shouldn't be painful. You shouldn't be gritting your teeth. You shouldn't be forcing it. We're just allowing the body to drop forward and build that natural tension in the back of the legs and into the back and neck. Be aware of the gentle rhythm of the tummy moving, expanding on the in-breath, contracting on the out-breath. If the tension eases, you may find you drop forward a little bit further with gravity, or you may wish to draw yourself a little bit deeper into the stretch. From here, we're going to nice and carefully and slowly move ourselves into tabletop. You may wish to do some gentle movement of the back of this point, which is fine. And then once we're in tabletop, we're going to take the knees out towards the edges of the mat. And then we're going to lower ourselves back into a wide-kneed child. So take the knees as far as they're comfortable going. If the feet want to come in to point towards each other, that's fine. But as you enter into the posture, we should be feeling tension in both hips. You may feel a stretch to the rear of the hips. You may feel a little compression to the front of the hips. Both are fine. Just find that edge of comfort that suits you. The upper body can sink as low as comfortable. You can rest with the head on the floor. You can rest on the elbows, or you can place a bolster to the front of the body if necessary. But find that edge of comfort and then try to find stillness within the posture. Be aware if you start to fidget and the mind wanders. Just draw the awareness back to the breath. Be aware of the sensations in the hips. And if those sensations start to ease, you can always raise up. Take the hips a little wider and drop down again, finding your edge of comfort. Be aware of your thoughts. Bring the awareness to the breath. And then gently draw yourself back up into tabletop. Hips may be a little bit stiff, that's fine. And again, just take a moment in tabletop. If you wish to do any movement there, move the hips, the lower back. And then allowing yourself to settle here. And we'll move gently into Sphinx. So just coming down, elbows below the shoulders. We can draw the shoulders back gently, but we don't want too much force there. We're just looking to find some tension into the lower and mid back. Possibly a little compression, which is fine if it's not too sore. And there may also be a little tension to the stomach or the chest. Keep the neck nice and neutral, so don't tip the head back. And again, bring the awareness to the breath. You may feel the stomach pushing down as you breathe in, drawing up as you breathe out. Staying here for 2 more minutes. And if the sensations in your body ease, you can always draw a little bit deeper into the posture, again finding your edge of comfort. Keep the awareness with the breath. And then gently loading down from that Sphinx posture. And we'll push back briefly into child pose. Nice and relaxed. Nice gentle stretch into the back. Relaxing here briefly. So slowly from here, we're going to move into our lying chest opener. So we're going to lie to the left side first. So the left arm is going to go back to 90 degrees. The knees are going to raise up to 90 degrees. And then you're going to use your right hand to push up and find that edge of comfort, tension into the left side of the chest and the front of the left shoulder. And if you come up all the way, you can always take the right hand behind the back. But if the shoulder's really tight, you can stay with the chest close to the floor. Use a cushion under the head if necessary, or a block under the hand. And we'll stay here for another 2 minutes. So just finding that edge of comfort. So it shouldn't be too painful, but you should feel sensations. Be aware of that gentle rhythm of the breath. If the mind starts to wander, body starts to fidget, just bring that awareness back to the breath. and then gently lower yourself back down, and we'll push back into a brief child pose. Place the arms wherever comfortable. They can be out in front or by the side. Allow the breathing to settle. And then we'll move from here into the chest opener with the right side down. So coming onto the right side, right arms back at 90 degrees, knees rise up to 90 degrees, and that left arm pushes us as high as we're comfortable going, until we find that edge of comfort with the tension in the right side of the chest and the right shoulder. Again, use a cushion or a block as required, and we'll stay here for another 2 minutes. If the tension eases, use that left hand to move yourself a little bit further back. Again, finding the edge of comfort. Keeping the awareness with the breath. And then gently lowering yourself back down. And again, pushing back into child, nice and steady. Briefly resting here. Arms wherever's comfortable. And then from child pose, moving again back up into tabletop. So moving now to our next posture, low flying dragon. So we're going to bring the right foot forward towards the outside of the right hand. If this is too difficult, we can place blocks or a bolster underneath the hands to raise us up, and we can have the hands on the blocks or the elbows. Now you may need to shuffle the left knee back a little bit And again, if that left knee is sore on the floor, the mat, then place a cushion underneath the knee. If the hands are comfortable on the floor and you want to go lower, then you can bring the hands a little bit forward and lower down all the way to the elbows. We're looking to find that deep point of tension to the front of the left hip. There'll also be some tension around that right hip and possibly around the back. Again, bringing the awareness to the breath, allowing the breath to settle. It can be quite uncomfortable here. And allowing those hips to melt downward. Being aware of any tension, any compression. Just finding that edge of comfort. Keep the awareness with the breath. The attention eases, sinking a little lower. We're going to move directly from here into Swan. So we're going to bring that right foot back, lower the right knee so it's close to the right wrist. Then allow that right foot to draw around towards the left. Doesn't have to go too far, whatever suits your body. Then we'll gently draw the left hip back, lowering towards the floor. And if this is too uncomfortable, then we can place a block or a bolster underneath the right hip. And then from here, we're going to lower down. You can lower the front of the body down onto a bolster. You can lower onto the elbows, or you can lower the chest all the way to the floor. Again, finding that edge of comfort. Being aware, tension, front of the left hip. There may be feelings of compression in the right hip. Allow the body to relax. If the sensations are too strong, draw out of the posture slightly. If there's very little sensation, allow yourself to melt deeper, finding that edge of comfort. And And at all times, keeping the awareness with the breath. And if thoughts come to the mind, thoughts of planning, thoughts of yesterday, thoughts of later, allow them to be and just bring the awareness back to the breath. And if emotions start to rise, don't judge them, just let them be. Be aware of that gentle rhythm, the breath coming in, the breath going out. Now we're going to draw ourselves slowly out of the posture. It will be stiff, maybe sore. So as you rise up, it can be nice to just stretch that right leg back, allowing it to ease. Then when you're ready, returning to tabletop. And it can be nice here to do some gentle cat-cow movements, just alleviating some of that stiffness out of the lower back. You might want to take the pelvis from side to side. When you're ready, returning to tabletop. Now we're going to move into that low flying dragon on the left side. So sliding that left foot to the outside of the left hand, easing the right leg back a little if you need to. And again, with the hands, we can go onto the fists, blocks, or bolster, resting on the hands or the elbows, finding that point of tension to the front of the left thigh, the left hip. And if you wish, you can lower yourself to your elbows, deepening the sensation to the left thigh, left hip, and also the right side. again, finding that edge of comfort. Staying with the breath, allowing yourself to melt deeper, being aware of sensations in the body. As always, being aware of the gentle rhythm of the breath. Allowing the breath to keep us focused in the present moment and in our practice. So gently moving from here and into swan. So we're going to bring that left knee to the left wrist. Draw the right thigh back. Allow that left foot to come over to the right side. And then lowering that pelvis down. Using a block underneath that left hip if necessary. And again, the front of the body. Lower to a bolster. To the elbows. Or all the way down to the ground. Finding the edge of comfort with that tension. Front of the right thigh. And there may be tension and compression around that left hip. Keeping the breath nice and settled. If it's uncomfortable, sometimes the breath may speed up. That's fine, just bring your awareness to it. Allow it to settle. If the fingers start to fidget, be aware, allow them to relax. Staying aware of the breath. Again, I'm going to gently exit the posture, just pushing ourselves up, drawing that left leg back and allowing it to stretch. You may feel a little groan as the stiffness eases, that's fine. When you're ready, turn into tabletop. You may wish to do some cat-cow movements, some gentle pelvis side to side, whichever suits your body. So the next posture we're going to move into is supported fish. So we're going to take the bolster. I'm going to place it underneath the spine. And we'll slide it down as far as it's comfortable going, whilst maintaining a nice long neck. So we don't want the head tipping back. The neck should be able to comfortably remain nice and long. So if the head is tipping back, simply move the bolster further away from the lower back. And once in this position, we're going to slide the feet in and bring the legs into the butterfly position. So hips dropping out. And then, if you're comfortable doing so, we're going to take the arms overhead and allow them to hang. So we will have some tension in the lower back, tension to the insides of both hips, and tension to the front of the shoulders and possibly the chest. And we're going to relax and breathe into this position. Now with the arms in this position, we get a neural stretch, a nerve stretch. So it is possible that the hands will start to tingle and it may become quite uncomfortable. So if it does, just bring the arms, place them by the side with the palms upwards. So we're going to remain here for another 5 minutes, but I will bring the arms down first, then release the legs, then finally we'll move the bolster out of the way. But for now, just relax and breathe and be aware of the sensations in the body. Again, finding that edge of comfort, but not being in pain. Being aware of any thoughts that arise, observing them, accepting them, bringing awareness back to the breath, that gentle rise of the stomach, gentle fall. And if the arms are still overhead, then let's bring them down, place them at the side with the palms facing upwards, and be aware of those shoulders melting down on either side of the bolster. As you breathe out, just allow them to melt down. And then from here, let's draw those knees up, straighten out the legs, and allow them to relax. So enjoy the openness the bolster gives the chest. The feet can drop out, opening the hips. And just relax. Allow the body to melt into the bolster. There may be some tension in the lower back. That's okay, so long as it's not too sore. And if the lower back is painful, simply shift the bolster into a Shavasana. And then if you are still lying on the bolster, just gently move that bolster away, dropping briefly down into Shavasana. We won't stay here too long. Just settle and allow the body to relax. And then if you wish, you can draw the knees into the chest. Give them a nice squeeze in, just gently stretching into those hips and lower back. And then touching those feet back down to the floor. Straighten out the legs and returning briefly to Shavasana. So our next posture is an ITB stretch on the right side. So we're going to slide the left knee in. We're going to place the right ankle on the left knee. We're going to take the right arm out to the side. And then that right foot and that left knee are going to drop to the left side as far as they're comfortable going. If you wish, you can place a block underneath the right foot. And then to bring the tension into that right hip. We're going to take hold of either the right ankle or the right knee and draw it in until we've got a nice tension into the back of that right hip. So we get a nice deep stretch, nice point of tension right on the edge of comfort into the back of that right hip. And again, bringing our awareness to the breath as we settle into the posture. And if the tension eases, and draw that knee or foot a little closer, a little lower, taking it back to the edge of comfort. And then from here, we're going to move into a spinal twist. So we're going to allow the left leg to straighten. We're going to take the left hand onto the right knee. We're going to draw that knee over, allowing the pelvis to rise, but not allowing the right shoulder to rise. So we've got a nice twist all the way along the spine. If you wish, you can place a block or a bolster underneath the right knee for support. And you can turn the head to the right side to deepen the twist along the spine. Again, keeping that breath nice and neutral, nice and relaxed, not allowing it to speed up. Being aware of the tension, the right hip, lower back, the mid back, possibly the neck. Just finding that edge of comfort. Staying aware of the breath. If the tension eases, go a little bit deeper if you wish. And then allowing the twist to release. We'll briefly return ourselves to Shavasana. Now we'll move to those same two postures on the left side. So let's slide the right foot in, place the left foot onto the right knee, and then allow that foot and knee to drop to the right side, again using a bolster or a block as required. Placing the hand on the knee or the ankle, drawing it in until we get that nice deep tension, that edge of comfort into the back of the left hip. Again, staying focused on the breath, using that breath as our anchor. Keeping us in the present moment. As we come to the end of the yin class, it's quite easy for the mind to start wandering. But it's nice to stay focused on the breath as we do our final two postures. Get ready for a well-earned Shavasana. If the tension eases, draw that knee or foot a little bit closer. Again, finding your edge of comfort. So from here, we'll move into the spinal twist by straightening out the right leg, placing the right hand on top of that left knee, and drawing that knee down to the right side. So the left arm's out to the side, the head can turn to the left if it wishes. The pelvis is going to raise, but the left shoulder will stay anchored to the floor. We just find that nice deep twist and tension through the left hip and the lower and mid back. Keeping the awareness with the breath. If the tension eases, drawing that knee down a little further. Staying with the breath, anchoring ourselves in the present. If the mind starts to wander, just observe, accept, and come back to the breath. And then gently allowing the twist to release, slowly bringing ourselves back into Shavasana. So lying on our backs, place a cushion under the head if you wish, palms facing upwards so they're nice and open to the chest and shoulders. The feet can relax and drop out. And just take your awareness to that gentle rhythm of the tummy, raising on the in-breath, falling on the out-breath. And I'll leave you in stillness to enjoy your Shavasana for 5 minutes. So just allow your awareness start coming back into the room around you. You can move your fingers and toes, bend the arms and elbows, wherever feels comfortable. But keep the eyes closed if you wish, as we're going to gently find our way up into a seated position. So it can be quite nice to do this when you're ready. Just first of all, coming onto your right side and allow yourself to settle there. And then slowly bring yourself into a seated position as you were when we started. You can be sat on the floor, on a bolster, legs crossed, leg behind you. So kneeling, whatever suits your body. And let's go again with that awareness of the breath, that abdominal breathing. But this time, let's make the breath a little bit longer. Breathing in, stomach comes out. Breathing out, stomach draws in. Bringing some breath into the posture, back into that seated mountain pose. Let's bring some length into the spine. Soften the shoulders, opening the chest. And let's keep the awareness on that gentle movement of the stomach, drawing in and out. And enjoy the stillness that creates. And if the mind starts to wander with thoughts, emotions, just gently bring the awareness back to the breath. And then if your eyes are still closed, it can be nice to take the hands, rub them together, build up some heat into the palms, and then place the palms over the eyes and allowing that heat to seep into the eyes as you gently open them up. Just allow the light to creep in through the hands. Take a few breaths, straighten the back. You may want to move side to side or do a gentle twist, whatever suits your body. and try to enjoy the stillness the practice has created. And that is your yin class completed. Thank you.